The largest crowds Woodbrook Golf Club has ever seen witnessed today one of the greatest dramas in Irish golfing history. Straight from his victory at the French Open Championship, Roberto de Vicenzo of Argentina fought out a duel with Ireland's greatest golfer, Christi O'Connor of Dublin. At this lovely golf course setting beside Bray, many people are involved in making the course ready for one of the greatest battles in Irish golf. The greens were never lovelier, the fairways cut with precision. The gardeners tend this beautiful course to do justice to a great game. When a tournament like this is organized, many people find themselves working at tasks that are far removed from their normal routine. A tray full of privilege for the next few days. The chief scorer, Terry Nolan, with 151 names, and all trying to qualify. The committee attend their final meeting, and Secretary Paddy Downs of Woodbrook seems to know all the answers. An ancient game, golf, but today ancient games need modern equipment. Television boys prepare early for their rehearsals and transmissions. Colonel Reid sorts out a problem, and the groundsman digs out with new holes for each green. Well, to him, it's like drawing a champagne cork every time. Jody Burke, captain of Woodbrook, arrives in good time to see that all is in order. That's a lot of money to give away for a hole-in-one. There'll be some keen shooting for that. The players come from all over the world for this tournament. Australia, South Africa, Argentina, and Ireland sends her best golfers to take on the giants. New faces, old friends. Roberto de Vicenzo, straight from Paris, where he won the French Open tournament. Christi O'Connor relaxes with his family before what is to prove one of the toughest games of his career. Practice begins slowly at first. 50 balls here, 20 putts there. Concentration, eye on the ball. And on the driving range, they limber up for the great and the not so great. Well, let's watch this guy. Vicenzo, with some new talent for the crowd. And at last, the final touches before the off. 8:30 on a lovely Friday morning, and Colonel Reid, the official referee, sets the tournament in motion. Pencils and scorecards collected. Mr. Jimmy Caroll of Sutton drives off to start the Caroll Sweet Afton tournament, with Jay McGurk of Kilkenny his partner. Over 150 players drive off at 7-minute intervals, all of them hoping to qualify and to have their names printed in tomorrow's program. Nagel from Australia, looking very relaxed, and the crowd streaming in to enjoy a fine day's golf. It's optional to play the big ball or the small ball. Max Faulkner making his own choice. On the first round, some great golf was played on this difficult course, but the remarkable Vicenzo broke the course record with 63, 8 strokes under bogey. Christi O'Connor, his close rival, was on his heels with 65, but with 3 more rounds to play. Saturday brought a real soft day, as they say in the West. The leaders, Vicenzo 63 and O'Connor 65. And away they drive into the mist and the rain. Special weather brings out special fashions, but it takes more than bad weather to keep down the golfing crowd. George Will of Sandridge Park drives from the 8th. In these conditions, the ball needs a lot of driving. Prepare for the worst, and you should see some good golf at Woodbrook today. Now, how's this for good golf? Jimmy Sewell of Wentworth. No hands, no clubs, just patience. Great golf. If you dress for the weather, who cares? Vicenzo finished another great round with 64 to O'Connor's 66. Now 4 strokes behind, but 2 rounds still to play. Great scores in this kind of weather. The crowd arrive early on Sunday morning, and the sun is shining as the favorites drive off. Bernard Hunt, last year's winner, studies the line with great care. There's over £5,000 in prize money to be won today. Christi O'Connor drives off and watches that ball right over the trees. Jimmy Martin of Rush was to find the trouble that was to dog the players all day. The ball would not go down. Lionel Platts chases the same trouble. South Africa's Dennis Hutchinson really trying for the big money. It's a little too early for the crowd to see Bernard Hunt also suffering. Roberto, the master, also finds the little ball not going down this morning. The biggest crowd that Woodbrook has ever seen is filling in and following the favourites. Gregson on the 17th is also finding the ball will not roll far enough. They're just not dropping today. Harry Wheatman